Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be doing my comic load for the week, as well as news, updates, questions, answers, and anything else I can think of or comes to mind. Now I'm trying out some new lighting. Let me know what you think. It's hitting this side a little bit more. I can turn my light on over there and see how that works. But again, I'm also doing it at this different time of day. Right now, I'm doing it at 4 o'clock practically, so it's still at daylight out right now. Usually, I do my reviews probably closer to night now because I'm working. But anyways, I got a full stack of comics to review today. The only comic this week that I have not read that I'm not going to be reviewing is Batman and Little Gotham because I just haven't got to it yet, but it's Batman and Little Gotham, so it's probably an adorable story. Anyways, let's start where we always start with a little bit of Batman in our life with Batman issue number 24, 0 Year Part 4. Yeah, 0 Year Part 4? Yeah, Part 4. I have the digital comic and the regular. The variant is coming in the mail. I think my comic store finally wised up and found out that the variants are expensive for the Batman comic, so I'm not getting quite as many as I would want. But anyways, I'm still gonna get it in the mail. Um, Basically, Scott Snyder stated, "Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Remember a while ago when I said Scott Snyder showed me something, and that something would be basically, a new thing for Batman, but a throwback to the past, and that I would say to you guys, I freaking called it. Well, bitches, I called it. Yes, the throwback to the past is the year one suit or the origin suit. Basically, what Greg Capullo did is he took the original suit that was done with Batman in Detective Comics, the original appearance of Batman with the purple gloves and everything. There's a reference to purple, and has modernized it and updated. So that was what I was talking about, what Scott Snyder showed me, and I'm sure so maybe one or two other people, but showed me. Anyways, Scott Snyder also said that Year Zero will be broken up in three parts. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. He had certain names for them, but I forget what they are off the top of my head. And this is the climax to Part 1. Basically, Bruce Wayne has become the Batman, and it is Batman versus the Red Hood game. But time is running out because Red Hood 1 is starting to put in motion his master plan. Is Bruce Wayne able to stop this master plan? And even if he does, is there something else waiting in the corner? Something lurking to turn off the lights? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Uh, oh, good golly, Miss Molly. I love the origin suit of Batman, kind of revitalized and given a new take and a new look. It just looks so beautiful. It really does. Of course, as always, my favorite Batman suit is the standard New 52 Batman suit that he has. This origin suit is just a great throwback to the original Detective Comics that Batman was in, done by Bob Kane. It was great. I loved it. The I liked how the first part of 0 Year kind of followed Bruce in Red Hood 1 becoming the Joker in Batman. Guys, it's Red Hood 1 that becomes the Joker. There's no way around it. We know that he becomes the Joker. Spoiler alert. Ready? Spoiler alert. He falls into the pit of acid. We don't see the Joker in this. That's fine. We don't need to. But it's really great to see how their paths are mirrored in that both of them are really kind of born over the death of Martha and Thomas Wayne. The the final battle is great. The action is superb, and Bruce realizes that he needs Bruce. It's not just Batman in this war; it is Bruce Wayne in this war too. And I don't know how old this water is, but ugh, maybe a little too old. Anyways, I really do like how their paths are mirrored. The action was great, like I said. The art was top notch, and the cliffhanger at the end, I am pumped for. Bad zero, like 0 year bad. There is no bad to this. It is a fantastic issue, and it is again, I think, probably the best of the 0 issues. But again, it is a tribute to how solid this team is, from the writing of Scott Snyder to the art of Greg Capullo to the inking and the coloring. Everything is just so solid on this, and I am excited to see where things go from here. So 5 out of Bloody 5. Pick it up. On to Nightwing, issue number 24. Nightwing has to work with Tonuzuko to take down the prankster. Why is the prankster doing all this stuff? It is revealed in this issue. And also, well, Tonizuko turns a new leaf. But what does that mean for Nightwing? Does Nightwing finally get the vengeance on the man that killed his parents? Or does something else happen that's a little unexpected? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I like the prankster a lot. At first, when I saw him, I didn't care for him. You guys can go back and watch those previous videos. I just didn't care. But the character has grown on me a lot, and I really do like that he's a great antagonist for Nightwing. I also like that Nightwing is in Chicago. I think the change was necessary, and I'll tell you why. The fact that they're moving Nightwing away from the Batman mythos and kind of establishing as his own hero is a great thing. Because, see, being part of the Batman universe is good and bad. Allow me to explain. Being part of the Batman universe is fantastic because you get the history of the Batman, you get Gotham as your playground, you get the atmosphere, you get Batman showing up in your comic, and you'd be surprised how having that bat symbol on your comic really does push sales. And you have an established rogue gallery and history and everything to work with. Fantastic. The problem is you will always be in, no pun intended, the shadow of the bat. You will forever be a second grade comic because there's the Batman right here, right above you. It's just fact. Yeah, sure, maybe some months Nightwing's comic might be better, or Batgirl's comic might be better, but in the grand scheme of things, Batman's comic will always come on top because it's his universe. So Nightwing is the character, has been part of the Batman universe longer than anyone else. Since 1940, Dick Grayson, the original Robin, has been in the Batman universe. And while he may have jumped on with the Titans for some time and may have been in New York for some time or doing some other stuff, he really hasn't been able to truly jump out and become a character that isn't part of the Batman universe, while still technically being in the Batman universe. I attribute to Nightwing kind of being the Spider-Man of the Batman universe, or the Spider-Man of the DC universe, from the way they move, the way they talk. I mean, he even poses like Spider-Man sometimes, but the fun quips and the acrobatic like style and even the youthfulness to them. Which is funny because I'm not saying that Nightwing's a ripoff of Spider-Man, no way, shape, or form. But I think if there's any comparison, the two would be compared to each other. Like Batman is to Captain America, or Hulk is to Superman, or Thor is to Wonder Woman, or Iron Man to Cyborg, or Namor to Aquaman. I don't know. They're just kind of counterparts in a way. And I like that. I like the fact that Dick Grayson is kind of getting his own feel and own tone and doing his own thing. Tony Zuko was beautiful in this, and I really did like his character development and just how he's come full circle from being just a hitman to being something completely different. And the ending was great. Bad. The only bad is there's a possibility that Totozuko might flip flop. I don't know. That's the only thing I didn't really care for at the end. Is Kyle Higgins took the character to a great degree, and then possibly could be flipping him to back to what he was. Whether or not that's the case, we'll just have to wait and see. On a whole, though, I think this story arc that we've been having with Nightwing and the story arc with the prankster and Tony Zuko has really been the definitive Nightwing story thus far. I think in the New 52, the best story thus far, and the art is really good. And I want to continue to have this artist on here, either him or Brett Booth on here as Nightwing's artist. I will give this also a 5 out of 5. Which brings me to Batgirl Wanted Part 2. Basically, Batgirl's girlfriend had. Girlfriend, wow. That's kind of Freudian slip, isn't it? Basically, and I'm going to turn this light on because I think the shadow is just too much. How's that? A little bit better? A little bit better. Batgirl's boyfriend has been shot by her father, and basically, he's almost dead. And like, this guy is in a coma. He's losing blood. Things don't look good for good old Timmy. His name isn't Timmy, but you know what I mean. I forget his name. He's a cool character. He's been around for a while, but I completely forget his name. And that's not good. That's not good at all. Uh, Hmm. Okay, I'll remember somehow. So basically, Batgirl, Barbara doesn't want to be Batgirl anymore. But this whole cataclysm thing happens in her life. Her boyfriend gets shot by her father. Her and her father really aren't speaking terms. She feels as though that Batgirl has betrayed the symbol of the bat because she thinks she killed her brother, which she didn't. He's in Suicide Squad. We're going to talk about that later. But fact of the matter remains is Batgirl is just having a shitty time. Plain, flat, and simple. She is not having a good time. And who could blame her? Put yourself in her position. But at the end of the day, her father is the target. Is the target of Nightfall. Yes, Nightfall, the villain previously done in Batgirl's comic, is making kind of her big return, and Commissioner Gordon's on her hit list. So Barbara Gordon doesn't want anything to do with her father, but unfortunately, her father needs her help big time. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. What I really like is Gal Simone is writing Barbara Gordon in the New 52. And I said Barbara Gordon, not Batgirl. I think she has a good grasp on her as Batgirl. Not quite as good as she had of her on being Oracle, but I think she's getting there. We're almost at the point where she's really got a handle on the Batgirl persona. But as Barbara Gordon, as a teenager Barbara Gordon that's starting college and going through life and dealing with all these turmoils, you know, Gal Simone's doing a great job at it. I really do love it. I really do. The art in this, I think, is great. A lot of people didn't like the art, or the artist has been doing Batgirl for past few issues. I love it. The emotion that just comes off the face of Batgirl is just so good. And the drama that's happening between her and her father, beautiful. And the last scene just cultivates everything up perfectly to what Batgirl has to do or Barbara Gordon has to do. Also, I like Nightfall as a villain, and I do like the fact that various different villains from Batgirl's past in the New 52 is coming to bite her in the ass. Bad nothing. This was, I think, a fantastic issue. I really do like the Batgirl Wanted story so far, and I think it's handled very well. Handled better than the Batman Wanted story that happened back in the early 2000s. But pick it up. Jumping on to Forever Evil Arkham Wars issue number 1 of 6. So basically, the gist of this storyline, without giving too much away, is that there is going to be a big war. Bane shows up. Batman's gone, so this is like an easy win for Bane. It's like Bane playing against the Patriots and Tom Brady being out, and Gronkowski too. I mean, it's an easy win for him. I mean, plain flat simple. And who wants to stop Bane? Well, about everyone else. The psychopaths of Arkham Asylum want to take a stand and keep control over the Gotham that they have split up into multiple different divisions. But will they be able to do that, or will Bane be able to break everyone else like he broke the bat? Well, you just have to read the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Did I just screw that up? I said you should just read it for yourself. There we go. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Setup on this is very nicely done. Bane is going to be a great character in this, and I think he's being handled very well. Who is a writer? Tamashi. Well, of course, is good. But Bane is handled very well in this, and I think there's some pretty creepy scenes. Like, for example, Professor Pig does something to someone's hand that is just absolutely creepy as all heck. Um, but there's some creepy scenes, and I do like the atmosphere and tone that has come from this. The art was great, and I do like the cover too. The cover is particularly good. All the different villains, really nicely done. Uh, Bad is I don't like how none of the villains are really taking Bane seriously, except for Scarecrow. Scarecrow's been getting a huge push in the New 52. Um, Penguin is a little too overconfident too. I know Penguin's kind of a cocky bastard, but this is Bane. If it was like Penguin versus Two Face, I can see him being a little overconfident, but this is Bane. So, I mean, the man that broke the bat. I figured he'd take him a little bit more seriously. In addition to that, I would like to see more villains actually thrown in here. We only get really Scarecrow, Bane, Penguin, and let me just see, Vampet, I think. Yeah, you don't see in Professor Pig. You don't see too many other characters. Is that I thought I saw the Joker's daughter. No, it's just Professor Pig's weird henchman. Um, you get basically one page that shows some of the Blackgate inmates, but other than that, you don't get as many villains as I thought we were going to get, which is maybe probably for the better because then it doesn't overload the comic too much. On the whole, this was a fun issue, better than I thought it was going to be. I will give it a 4 out of 5. Moving on outside of DC to another Gal Simone comic, Red Sonja issue number 4. And what a cover this is. It is great art. My particular favorite thing about this is the hair. The hair just stands out. Um, Red Sonja, yeah, she's not doing too well. That poison is really getting to her. Really getting to her. At least she still knows how to ask for alcohol. Red Sonja is basically was going to allow herself to die in the previous issue, which I had to go read because apparently it was in my comic load last week or last month. But anyways, she was ready to die. However, her bodyguards have shown up to try to heal her back to life. But of course, they get attacked, and Red Sonja has to fight these guys off blind and incredibly weak. Can Red Sonja pull it off, or will unfortunately the she devil with a sword be sent to the devil? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I thought the tone was great. I really do like the inner dialogue. I thought it was a great continuation of the previous issue, which did a great job at kind of telling the origin of Sonja and being faithful to the origin of Sonja, but at the same time having great momentum, which this comic had. It had great momentum going in. I love the bad guy that's being used here. Um, Inanissa, who changes her name to Red Inanissa. But I hope I pronounced that right. But really good action, really good pace, and really good writing, and some funny moments too. Again, we get to see more of what happened 3 years ago with Red Sonja and her antagonist Anissa. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. I already went over that. That was the good. The bad, none. 5 out of 5. Red Sonja was really good this week. Really good. Uh, Wolverine issue number 10, continuing the Wolverine dies or Wolverine killable story. This is very much Wolverine and Kitty Pryde working together, and basically they are trying to. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've read the last Wolverine issue, but I don't know what Wolverine is really up to other than he's trying to. This is bad. What was he up to? I forget. Wolverine kind of goes to a mall and just screw people up. Yeah, a lot of Wolverine's enemies show up and try to cause trouble, but oh wow, this is bad. What was Wolverine doing in that mall? I don't know. That's going to be one of the bads that I don't really know what's going on with Wolverine. But Wolverine is working with Kitty Pryde while at the same time these microviruses are going to try to take over. And all Wolverine's rogue gallery, or a good chunk of them, show up to try to kill him. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I like Kitty Pryde and Wolverine working together. The two of them just fit so naturally. The inner dialogue for Kitty Pryde was really good, and the art I'm really liking. It's growing on me. The dialogue was very nicely handled, and I do feel as though it was paced well. Bad, like I said, I don't know what was going on with Wolverine and Kitty Pryde and what their ultimate goal was. Maybe I missed it because I was tired when I read this, but basically I don't know what they were doing. And the Shield stuff, I just don't care about him working with Shield. Nothing against Shield or the new Nick Fury. I like them both, but I don't like Wolverine working with them. I just don't care about Shield on this comic. On a whole, though, despite the fact that I really don't know what Wolverine's doing, and maybe someone can explain it to me because I just didn't care enough to figure it out. This still gets a good score, 3.5 out of 5. We're getting there. We're getting there with this comic. It's getting better. Moving on to Forever Evil tie-in Suicide Squad issue number 24. So basically, Amanda Waller is screwed. Let's move on to Green Lantern Corps issue number 2. Oh, you want me to actually review it? Okay. Amanda Waller is screwed. Her Justice League of America is gone, and all she has left is her Suicide Squad, which is basically does not want to work for her. Who would want to work for a total psycho that put bombs in your head? Well, Amanda Waller is not psycho. She's kind of just a bitch. But fact of the matter remains is that who wants to work for her? No one. But of course, Amanda Waller has a little bit of this and some connections. So she basically not bribes, no, not bribes. She basically coerces Deadshot into helping her out because she's in Blackgate prison, not Blackgate. What's the other one? Oh, it's not Blackgate. Belle Reeves. She's basically in Belle Reeves and she's screwed because she's all alone and everyone kind of want to kill her. So she assembles her team. The Suicide Squad consisting of Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang to start things off. And basically, they're recruiting people to help her out. While this is going on, another part of the Suicide Squad is being made up, consisting of Steel, Power Girl, the Unknown Soldier, and a mystery member I don't want to reveal too much about. And don't worry for you that are fans of King Shark, he's in here too. He doesn't necessarily join up with the team right away. However, him and Jim Gordon Jr. do show up in the comic because the main antagonist for this issue is revealed and they're kind of intertwined with them. Uh, but really, what's the secret behind the Suicide Squad? Can they work together or will they just be killing each other off? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. The art in this is really good. For the most part, I do like the lineup. There's only one member I feel as though that doesn't fit that well in there. But the art in this and the team is, for the most part, very, very well done. I particularly like the fact that we get to see Steel again, which, hasn't really been in the New 52 that much. And Unknown Soldier stays on the team, who I think is a great addition to the team. I thought did I say the art was good? Well, the art is good. I think I did. The pacing was very well done, and I do like the twist at the end. The bad guy doesn't really do much for me, and in addition to that, why is Power Girl on this team? Like, seriously, why is Power Girl on this team? I can live with Steel being on this team because it's Steel and I forget, is that Sportsmaster? I think Sportsmaster's on the team too. He's never really called Sportmaster, but um, basically, I don't know why Power Girl's on this team. I can dig Steel being on the team because again, I want to see more Steel, but Power Girl, what the hell is happening? Besides that, this is a good issue. 4 out of 5. I am enjoying it thoroughly. Pick it up. Actually, I should give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'll do that. 4.5 out of 5. Green Lantern Corps issue number 24, Lights Out Part 2. Um, Shit happens. Something big happens in this issue. I don't want to reveal what it is. But basically, Hal Jordan is trying to get everyone off the planet. And John Stewart says, hey, I can provide the backup. I can provide the distraction. So what does John Stewart do? Provide the distraction in a way only John Stewart could do. And that's the basic gist of it. John Stewart and his rookies versus Relic, giving Hal Jordan and the rest of them a chance to escape. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Art was very good in this issue. I really do like the art that's being done in Greenland Decor. It has kind of a colorful but yet dynamic pose to it. I thought everyone was in character, and the Shocker at the end does shake up the Green Lantern universe, so which is good. Bad is really just that. The Shocker at the end does shake up the Green Lantern universe, but it's not a huge shocker. I kind of felt that it was coming. Whether or not you should get it, 4 out of 5. A solid issue and continues the fun Lights Out storyline. Moving on to my favorite Marvel comic, Captain America issue number, what is it, 12? Yeah, issue 12. So, excuse me, I don't remember the guy on the top, on the cover, the kind of villain that they're setting up. Let me just move to a page where I can find him. Uh, this is bad. I forget. Okay, anyways, this dude on the cover who showed up in the previous issue. I'm still learning Marvel stuff. Ask me anything about DC, I can pull it out of my ass. Still learning Marvel stuff. This guy on here, I'm just gonna call him Captain Hatred because he reminds me of that guy from the Venture Brothers, and he talks like him too. This basically just causing trouble and making America look like douchebags. While this is going on, Captain America and the Falcon kind of have a one-on-one talk about what's been going on and how it's been affecting Captain America. And Fig Fang Foom, and I'm pretty sure it's Fig Fang Foom, or at least a dragon that looks like him, um, stabs someone and gives them superpowers. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Captain America talking to the Falcon was just a great scene, especially when Captain America breaks down. It is really good. Jet, for the very little that she's in this, is fun. I would like to see more of Jet. She's growing on me a lot. Um, but the Captain America stuff, where he's just sitting there and coping, is really good. Bad, I don't care about Captain Hatred or whatever this guy's name is. Tell me. I forget his name. I really don't know, and I don't care. He doesn't really do anything for me at all. And the Fang Fang student stuff or whatever, the dragon stabbing the guy. Again, it looks to be cool, but I want to see the payoff soon. On a whole, though, this was a decent issue. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Solid, fun, enjoyable. Constantine, issue number 7. Apparently, this takes place in between the Trinity War, and Constantine's getting all screwed. Mr. E is showing up, killing magicians and taking their magic. Sargon the Sorceress is destroying all Constantine's little trinkets and taking that magic. And what does Constantine do to answer? Basically, what does Constantine do to fight her? He hooks up with her. Spoiler, he hooks up with her. Because Constantine is a badass like that, and his answer to anything is just have sex or drink. However, will this come to bite Constantine in the ass? Probably. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. The art I thought was great tone for Constantine as a comic, and I did enjoy Constantine as a character in this. I thought some of his moments were fun and witty, and Mr. E does come off as a dangerous foe. Bad is that a lot of this comic is boring and confusing because Mr. E is going around killing people, and I just don't know what's going on while this is happening. Um, that it was just yeah, I'm going around and killing people. Like, he's having in-depth conversations with these people that I feel like are going to be important, but in the end turn out to be not important at all because they get killed off. Like, he has this nice conversation with this like tarot card reader, and she's sitting there and she's talking about how you're not going to win, blah blah blah, this is stupid. I'm like, oh really, is this like a powerful woman or something like that? I mean, what's going on? And then nothing. On a whole, decent issue. Not the strongest. Constantine has had 3 out of 5. Superboy issue number 24. Talk about issue was pretty interesting. Superboy versus Psycho Pirate. Psycho Pirate made his return in the New 52 on the pages of Superboy, issue number 23, and then appeared in Superman. Or Action Comics. One of the two. Scuffle Tales on both, so I don't really know anymore. They're both the same in my book. I'm waiting for a call, by the way. Basically, it is Psycho Power trying to manipulate Superboy into fighting against Dr. Psycho. And we get the origin of Dr. Psycho, and we get basically what goes on in his past to make him what he is. And all these psychic and mind-powered villains are basically their origin comes from the Hive, which is nice. We're getting a solid origin for these characters, other than the fact that, they have superpowers and they're evil, uh, which is good. In addition to that, nice references made to what's happening with Superman and Psycho Pirate. So, anyways, on to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good, Psycho Pirate is turning out to be actually pretty cool in the New 52. At first, I was kind of turned off by his helmet, which is the Medusa mask, and it has kind of a new look to it with the snakes and everything. However, to be fair, Psycho Pirate had kind of a silly-ass costume back in the day. This trench coat with the mask and everything looks kind of cool. I like the fact that they referenced Superman's comic, and I like the fact that Superboy, and Psycho Pirate kind of have like a nice little mind battle, and Psycho Pirate kind of manipulates his thoughts. Bad, not really much. I can't say that this comic blew me away. That's why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. But it was a pretty interesting issue. And I think it was done a little bit better than the previous Psycho Pirate issue, which was the Superman Action Comics. So 4 out of 5. Justin Jordan, you're doing a great job. On to Thor, God of Thunder, issue number 14. Basically, that Dark Elves dude, whose name I forget, it begins with an M, is running amok and killing people. What a douchebag. Who really likes people that kill other people? Kind of a douchebag. Anyways, Thor teams up with all the other different D&D characters out there. The halfling, the dwarf, the orc, the hill giant, the dark elf, and all these other... Well, it wasn't a halfling, it was a light elf. Kind of racist there. But it looked like a halfling, so I'm just going to go with halfling there. No, seriously, there's a page in here, and I'm going to pull it out, where all the characters are riding with each other, and he's just absolutely dwarfed by everyone else. Look at this. Like, every other character looks like they're pretty much into scale, and then you got this guy sitting right next to Thor, who's like 10 times shorter than Thor. I get Thor is probably a good 6'5", I want to say 300 and something pound muscle mass god, but I mean, seriously, this guy looks like a midget. Maybe it's a distance thing, but I don't think it's a distance thing. Anyways, Thor gets into a tussle with the Dark Elf, who comes out on top. Read and see. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Art is good. I like the villain. He plays off very nicely. And I like that Thor kind of has his band of merry D&D characters. D&D being Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you that don't know. Bad? It's kind of boring. I'm not really tuned into this story arc. I'm not really loving it, and I don't feel as though it's going to be as epic or super consequential that the previous story arc was. I mean, the last story arc was pretty freaking epic and awesome. Story arc, not feeling it too much. 3 out of 5. On to the last 3 comics. Ready? And here we go. Katana, issue number 8. Wow, an issue of Katana that was actually enjoyable. Katana faces off against Coil for leadership of the swords, while at the same time, the evil ghost lady, whose name I forget, is possessing children and wanting to become the leader of the knives. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. The art in this was good, and the fight between Coil was fun. I am starting to get used to the new 52 Katana, who isn't this stoic silent warrior, but someone that still has a lot to learn and has issues and problems. I do like the fact that this story is actually starting to make sense, which in previous issues it wasn't making sense, and I feel as though some kind of big epic conclusion is coming from it. Bad, Katana still comes off as kind of a jerk and a completely different character from what she is in Justice League of America, which in Justice League of America she seems to have, I don't want to say a better personality, but she doesn't seem like a dick, which she feels like it does. Although I do like the untouchable woman, the one with all the tattoos on her, kicking ass and taking names, which was nice. Katana was refreshingly good this month, and I will give it a 4 out of 5. Moving on to World's Finest issue number 16. Power Girl's powers are still in flux. Exactly what's going on with them. In addition to this, Huntress is on the lookout for, I forget. That's bad. Huntress is just doing investigative work. That's what Huntress does. However, Huntress and Power Girl both go up against a individual that has powers similar to Tattoo Man, but looks like Indigo number 1, if that makes sense. You know, with the kind of the braided hair thingy, or the cornrows. Are those called cornrows? I think they call it cornrows. And almost looks bald, but has a weird kind of costume. She's an assassin, so the two are going after her, and exactly how will Power Girl's powers come into play? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Power Girl and Huntress interacting with each other is fun, as always. The art was very nice in this, and I do like the fact that they actually have another enemy to fight. Although Decide has been a good enemy, it's good to kind of have variety there. Bad, the ending kind of just happened, and yeah, it just happened, and it is. Other than that, I don't feel as though there's really much to this current story, which is funny because the previous story was really fun and really enjoyable, and I'm like, oh, World's Finest is turning out to be a good comic. It's taken some time, 14, 15 issues, but it's turning out to be a good comic. This, I feel as though, just mediocre. 3 out of 5. And on to the last comic this month is Superman and Wonder Woman issue number 1. Fun fact for you, Superman and Batman, or Batman Superman, is part of the Batman family. We can do this based on the New 52 coloring. If it's blue, then it's Batman. If it's gold, it's Justice League. If it's green, it's Green Lantern. If it's red and blue, it's Superman, so on and so forth. I can pull out Superboy. See, it's red. That means it's Superman. If you look at um, Power Girl and Huntress, it's gold, so it's part of the Justice League family, technically. If you look at the Batman stuff, it's blue, so it's considered part of the Batman family. Like, this stuff is actually important to see. If you look at, and I just want to point them out so you don't think I'm lying about this. If you look at Constantine is black, so it's part of the Dark family, so on and so forth. So these things actually make sense on what's going on with them. Um, they're actually part of a family. The funny thing is Batman Superman is part of the Batman family, but Superman and Wonder Woman is part of the Justice League family, again, with gold. Oh, by the way, this has a pretty nifty, cool fold-out cover that showcases Tony Daniels' art. Kind of that promotional poster that we saw throughout the comics, and it's really beautiful. Basically, in this, Superman and Wonder Woman are taking on a storm. There's some kind of storm going on, and we're going back and forth to the present and to like hours beforehand. And hours beforehand, Superman and Wonder Woman are kind of commenting on their relationship and what it means to be teammates, and how Superman may be the most powerful man in the world, but he really doesn't know how to fight, and all that kind of junk. And Wonder Woman offers to teach him how to fight, which is actually pretty cool. If anyone's going to teach you how to fight, and it's not Batman or Wildcat, it's going to be Wonder Woman. But yes, anyways, they go and try to figure out the storm, but a huge enemy from, and I mean huge enemy from Superman's past shows up. And the person is almost kind of spoiled on the cover. On the background, right here, you can kind of see their hand. Anyways, good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Going into Superman Wonder Woman, I had mixed feelings. One is it's another comic with Wonder Woman on it, so I'm gonna love it. But at the same time, I mean, it's another comic we're not getting Cyborg issue number 1 from. I mean, there's other comics in the New 52 that should have gone before this. Not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm obviously pumped for it, but it was a mixed bag going into it. What I do like about this is that they find a good balance of Superman and Wonder Woman being together and then kicking ass. It's not a twilighty romantic comic. It is the two of them being badasses and superheroes. The art is fantastic. Tony Daniels' art is just so beautiful, and I love it. And I think they do a good job in this comic with the art. And the pacing was very nicely done too. And if this is who it's supposed to be at the end, not like a robot or illusion or something, if this is actually who is supposed to be at the end and what he does to some soldiers, it better be. I am pumped. Bad as is someone in the shadows monitoring Superman and Wonder Woman could possibly be manipulating their past, their present, and their future. Who could it be? I don't know. It wasn't really interesting, and it really didn't do much for me. Yeah, there's someone on a laptop just kind of like peep tomming on Superman and Wonder Woman, and like adding stuff to like a USB port, and then putting the USB port in an envelope, and ooh, mysterious. I don't know what's happening with that, and I don't care. They didn't give me enough to kind of work with it to me being excited, but at the same time, I mean, it's there, so felt as though it really didn't do anything. On the whole, this issue is a solid start to a comic. I really did like it. I say really a lot. Really? 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 4 out of 5. Pick it up. As for my picks of the week, well, gee, this isn't hard. Oh, well, no, it isn't hard. Um, hmm. Picks of the week are Batgirl being, actually, no, Nightwing being number 3. I'm kind of juggling in my comics. Again, I really feel as though this was a definitive story arc for Nightwing, and it was a Very well done story arc. I really do like the ending. It was beautiful. Batgirl issue number 24 gets second place. Just, again, Batgirl and Barbara Gordon defining who the characters are. I think that's the important thing of this story, and we really get that with this story. So I did like that. But no surprise, and it should be no surprise to you guys. Batman issue number 24 takes the cake as my pick of the week. It is the number one comic that if you're not picking up, you are missing out. I can't say that enough. Ooh, and this issue looks a little. Gotta Gotta fix that. There we go. You gotta pick it up. It's that good. Batman Zero Year is. It's funny because one of you guys said that I didn't know what I was talking about Zero Year first issue and that it was just not that good. And I said, "Well, give it time. I'm sure it will get better." Because I said it wasn't. I thought it was good, but I don't think it blew me away, and it didn't. But progressively, Zero Year has got better and better and better, which is awesome. It is turning out to be, I think Scott Snyder's, each of his story arcs are getting better and better each time. Death of the Family is still my favorite, probably thus far. It's one of my favorite Joker stories. Sure, there's no climactic ending at the end, but it's more about the subtle stuff that makes that story so good. And maybe I might go into a review of the story arc on a whole and just say how much I love it because I love the Joker. He's not my favorite Batman villain. He's not my favorite villain, but I thought that was a definitive Joker story that did just such a good job with the Joker. Moving on. Uh, News updates. I got a couple games this week. I got Just Dance 2014. Hear me out. Hear me out. The Just Dance series, I'm one of the most hardcore gamers there is. I mean, just look at it. Look at all the games I have set up there, and that's not even all my games. That's not even my Xbox games and my N64 games and my Super Nintendo games are still in the thing. Actually, some of them are up there, but I mean, my Xbox games are still in the box. I love gaming. This is the video game all with my GameCube, my Wii U, my handhelds, my Nintendo 64, my Super Nintendo, everything, and then you have the figures up top, which is pretty awesome. Don't worry, you'll get an in-depth, up-close look in detail later. But I love video games, and I'm a hardcore gamer. And Just Dance seems like the stupidest game ever until you play it, and then it turns out to be awesome. It turns out to be fun and enjoyable, and it really is a great party game. I really don't like dancing, but I will dance for Just Dance. And it has Prince Ali on it, which is one of my favorite songs from a Disney movie. That along with Hero to Zero from Hercules, which subsequently are my two favorite Disney movies. Aladdin being my second favorite and Hercules being my favorite. But neither here nor there. So I got the bundle pack, which got me a Wii remote with Wii Motion Plus, which I needed another one. But really, it's fun. They give a shitload of songs to start off with. But that's the game that I just play with my friends when they're around. It's pretty fun. But more importantly, I got Pokemon X and Y, which is Pokemon X and Y. It's awesome. I don't know much about the new Pokemon. I don't care much about the Pokemon. I'm more intrigued by the Mega Evolutions of Charizard because he's Charizard and he's a man. And I have so many Charizards over there. Let's see if I can direct it. You can see one right there, but there's a lot of small ones too. Charizard, favorite Pokemon. So I got that also. What else is going on? I feel as though there's something else I'm missing. There's always something else I'm missing. Oh, I got the Trinity War 3-pack with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And the real big thing about that 3-pack that was important is the Wonder Woman figure, which has the original or close to original Wonder Woman head that was going to be used for the Jim Lee design. This Wonder Woman figure is not my favorite Wonder Woman figure. Actually, I have to say the Justice League Jim Lee figures are my favorite of each subsequent character. My favorite Cyborg figure, my favorite Green Lantern, favorite Batman, favorite Superman, so on and so forth. This is a beautiful Wonder Woman figure and just a far superior figure from the other one. Plain, flat, and simple. If you get a chance to get the Trinity 3-pack, pick it up. It is really cool. It really is cool. But I got that also. We're going to go into question and answers, but I'm going to actually pause because I have to go get some food. It might be a little darker when I come back, but we will get into questions and answers. Back in just a bit. Oh, hey everyone. Sorry, it took a little bit longer than I thought. Thought I'd play a little bit of Pokemon X and Y, and you know what? I'm such a silly goose. I completely forgot about New York Comic Con and stuff going on at New York Comic Con, like Batman Eternal being announced, or Brian Buccellato, the Booch, and Francis Manapul going on Detective Comics, or the return of Stephanie Brown. I mean, a lot of stuff happening, so sorry I completely forgot about that. Again, I'm still kind of a little dazed out from all the moving that's happening, all the working, so much work. 2 weeks off and then right back to work. So let me pull up those questions and answers. Readjust myself for question and answer mode. I do like a different seating. Um, and for those of you that don't know, and I'm like screwing with the camera right now, is that any comment or question that you ask on my Comic Load videos, I respond to the next day, or not the next day, the next week on the next video. Pretty convenient. So we got a couple of the comments here. So let's start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Apollo4524, congratulations on your wife. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Germany. Thank you very much, Apollo. Felipe19991, congratulations on marriage and honeymoon. I didn't know you were superstitious of things. What was I superstitious of? Comment back and tell me what I was superstitious about. Okay? Nick Lenz. Hey, Andrew, 3 questions for you. First, why do you think that Nightfall, the search, has not been collected? Second, what would you think of Nightwing cartoon series based off the pre-New 52, and who would voice Nightwing? Number 3 is third. Third, do you of Harley Quinn's trade paid back? I guess he's asking, do I own Harley Quinn's trade paperback collected in 2001? Harley Quinn series, and do you know of the upcoming new Harley Quinn series? First and foremost is why hasn't Nightfall the Search been collected? Probably because it's not really essential to the Nightfall story. That's the only reason why I can think. Although I thought it was collected in the newer volumes. Don't know. Second is what would I think of a Nightwing based cartoon series? Uh, as much as I would like one, it would be probably cool if they did a Batman Inc. series. Let me let me get to that. Batman is barely in the series, but his name's on it, so it attracts consumers, and it's more based off Robin, Nightwing, Red Robin, Batwoman. Um, I don't know if Nightwing's a big enough name in the general public yet, but I would totally be on board with it. Who do I think should do the voice? Sure, let's do Neil Patrick Harris again because it worked for him. It worked back in the Red Hood, under the Red Hood. Do I own the Harley Quinn trade from 2001? No, I don't. But what do I think of the new upcoming series? I'm going to be getting it. It's part of the Batman universe, technically. So I have to pick it up. What do I think about it? Jimmy Palmiotti, who has been dominating the DCU with great stories and has been really kicking ass on All Star Western and Batwing, particularly Batwing in the recent months. And Amanda Connor also helping him out. The two are married. Did you know that? I did not know that for the longest time. I am pumped for it. It's going to be awesome. Especially seeing that Harley Quinn's becoming her own character. Jason Woodrow is a classic Swamp Thing character. Oh, this is Blue Lantern 2814. I actually like the Cedar was revealed to be him. I have no problem with him being revealed as a Cedar. I thought it was just a little early for him to be revealed. But I did not know Jason Woodrow was a classic Swamp Thing character. So thank you for informing me on that. Soul Drum 86, welcome back, Andrew. Congratulations on being a married man. Thank you very much. Mario Baldio, Andrew, it's great to have you back. Always keep up the great work. Thank you. Star Screen Boss, congratulations, bro. Thank you. Uh, Anyways, Roger 69501. Congrats on your marriage. Thank you. Joshua Hayes. I couldn't agree more with Joker's daughter. In fact, I gave it an F over in my review series. Meanwhile, villains like the Mad Hatter, Black Mask, and even Zeus didn't get a Villains Month book. I get it to promote Anna Innocenti's Catwoman run, if you even do that, if you can even do that. So I understand the business strategy, but it's just silly. Silly story. Question: what are your overall thoughts on Villain Month now that it's complete? Did DC take the right approach? Um, my overall thoughts, it was awesome. It was a huge success. Did they take the right approach? Yes, they made fantastic sales. DC freaking slams September. They absolutely dominated September. If you look at the sales, the villain month did exactly what they were looking for. From a consumer point of view, let's take a step into our perspective. So far, there's only been, I would say, 90% of what I've read of Villain Month was excellent work. And I hate using the word excellent because I don't like throwing around praise too much, but I thoroughly enjoyed Villain Month. There were a few books that sucked major pond water. Like, seriously, they can go over to that cow in the corner and start sucking its teat for some milk because it sucked that much. But some of them, I mean, most of them were really fantastic. So I really thought it was a great idea. I thought DC made it work out well, and I'm interested to see what they do for the third year anniversary. So we'll see. But for DC, it was a humongous success. For us, it was a freaking candy. It was great. Um, so I was happy, and the whole Forever Evil villain stuff that's going on right now is great because promote you bad guys, promote them. Akuna Matata Z. Oh, Akuna Matata. I'm so happy you're back. Thank you. I'm so happy to be back. Like I said, I love doing this stuff. I love interacting with you guys. And again, it has nothing to do with the money I make because I have not set up my new direct deposit thing, so I haven't got any money in the past few months. I have a shit ton of money just sitting there that hasn't been transferred to me. I just enjoy doing it with you guys because this is so much fun. Nikuna Matadasi said, "Would you mind doing a tour of your toy collection or anything else comic related?" Yeah, I will do it, but I want to set everything up first. John Ballard, congratulations to you and your wife on the marriage. Thank you very much. Um, All Night Star 69, congratulations in marriage. I wish you the best. Thank you, also. Um, Thank you to everyone that's saying congratulations. Like BA Comics, congratulations. I've been watching your channel for 4 years. You inspired me to start making videos. It has been amazing watching you and your life change through on the camera over the years. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. If you think back to when I was really doing freaking Transformer reviews in front of the camera, barely able to speak in front of the camera, and now it's like you guys again. It's like we're friends. We can just sit down and shoot the shit about this stuff. So it's crazy. Over the past 4 years, five. I think it's been five. Let's see. I think it's been almost 6 years I've been doing YouTube. I don't know. George Jones. Congratulations, Andrew. You've proven that there's hope for comic book geeks when it comes to ladies. Ooh. Thank you. Who would win in a fight to the death? KG Beast versus Bane. Bane, without a doubt. KG Beast was pretty badass, but we're talking about Bane. Batman Beyond versus Tim Drake. That's a tough one. Let's see. Terry McGinnis is technically 18. Let's say Tim Drake's 17. I'm gonna give it to Tim, but it's incredibly close. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it to Batman Beyond. I'm gonna give it to McGinnis because McGinnis has better tech and he is Batman. Ra's al Ghul versus Thomas Wayne Jr. Ra's Solomon Grundy versus the Hulk. Which Solomon Grundy are we talking about? Are we talking about the pre New 52? Hulk all the way. If we're talking about the New 52 one, that's tough because you can't really kill him. I would still give it to the Hulk. He'd probably still kick ass and take names. So Hulk on that one. Edison's Richards, congratulations and welcome back, Andrew. What do you think of Constantine, Jim Gordon, and Flash TV shows that the DC are making? Okay, I didn't know about the Jim Gordon Constantine one. Oh, I think I did know about the Jim Gordon one, and I did know about the Constantine one. Constantine show, I'm for it. Let's go for it. We can do it almost Buffy and Angel esque. People dig that shit. Do it like Charm. Well, no, don't do it like Charm, but like have it be a DC comic show, but geared towards that crowd. Jim Gordon, yeah, make it like SVU style, like motherfucking bones, like do it like that. I'm cool for it. And then the Flash, um, if it works, if they can pull off the speed stuff, I'm all for that too. And the costume works. It has to work. Gabriel Franco, congratulations from the UK. Thank you very much, sir. Fallout Freak. Fallout 3 Freak 1. Congratulations to you and your wife. Hope you had a great time and enjoyed your life. Um, and enjoy your life. By the way, nice place you live in. Also, nice greetings from Germany. Yours, Mikkel. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's a good place to stay for a year and a half or so, just until we find a house, because we're trying to save up my money. Brian Guler, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Whatever happened to your group of random friends who would stop by? There was that angry dude with the glasses, a happy dude with the glasses, and one without glasses. Yes, those are my D&D friends. They stop by every other Friday and we play D&D. They haven't done any videos because really we haven't anything to rant upon yet. But it's kind of funny how you describe that as that because there is that angry dude with the glasses, yes, and there is that happy dude with the glasses, yes, and there is the other one without glasses. Um, Maybe I'll get together and do a video sometime. What was the last time one we did? What, Transformers 3? I don't know. Tom Tom Polak. Again, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Congrats, Andrew. What do you think of the new team of Francis Manapul and Brian Buscetta leaving the Bush, leaving Flash and heading to Detective Comics? It's sad to see them go off the Flash because they were so good on it. But going to Detective Comics, it's awesome. It's kind of bittersweet because John Layman has been doing such a fantastic job on Detective Comics with Jason Fadbach. They've really been dominating. It's been one of my favorite books every month. But I'm really super curious to see what would happen with Francis Manapul and Bush. Uh, I call him the Bush because that's what he called himself on the Comic Vine videos. So I listen to the Comic Vine podcast. So the Bush. Fallout 3 Freak 1. Hey, Andrew, could you please link your Twitter account? It would be nice because I couldn't find you. Yes, I will put it down in the description. I completely freaking forgot. Let me open it up. I'm still new to Twitter. I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I only have 2 Twitter followers, which I guess isn't bad. Let me get my thing up and tell you. Has it been that long since I've been on Twitter? Here we go. I try to tweet all the time. Once we get more people connected, we'll go from there. It's Andrew Shelton at Andrew Cutter Inc. One word. At Andrew Cutter Inc. So Andrew Shelton, Shelton. Yeah, that's my last name. Most of you guys know that. At Andrew Cutter, AndrewCutter Inc. So just look up on that, and I'll be twittering away. And I hope you guys like the tweets I give. A lot of them will be updates, but hey, let's just have fun with it. I think it'd be a nice thing for me to throw out there for those of you that do have Twitter to do in between videos. Just again, constant contact. I like the idea of us being able to talk and be able to shoot the shit with each other whenever. So if I'd be like, "Holy shit, did you guys read Batman number 24?" You know, the issue when Red Robin decides that Moon Red Hood. Holy shit, he pulled down his pants and just fucking mooned him. Like, you guys can be like, "Oh my god, I saw that too. Holy crap!" It'd be fun. Bojack235. Congratulations on the man. Looks like you married. You guys look like you had a good time. Yeah. The pictures I put up, I didn't realize how blurry they were, and one of them made my wife's eye look like it was half closed. The wedding was freaking awesome. So yes. Uh Billy Bob, Billy Bob, Billy Bob, 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 Billy. I pronounce it Canada as in dad, K. Canadak. Canadak. What was I asking you guys to pronounce? I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Billy Bob, Billy Bob. Hey Andrew, congrats on the honeymoon. And the wedding. Glad you had a good time. My question is, what are your top 5 villain month issues? Mine would be Riddler, the Rogues, General Zod, Thal Sinestro, Black Adam. Honorable mentions: Ocean Master, Clayface, Cyborg, Superman, Bane, Penguin. Ooh, that's a tough one. In no particular order. Riddler is 1. Um, I'll give it to Zod is 2. Black Adam is 3. Ocean Master was a really good one too. That I did enjoy. Trying to think which other ones. Again, these are off the top of my head, but these are the ones that stuck with me. Yeah, and Sinestros was good too, but I don't know if I would put that at the top of the list. Let's go with Firstborn. No, not Firstborn. Oh, you got me on a tough one because it's tough to pick top 5. Uh, let's just throw it out there. Luthor. I like the Luthors. Evil Mastermind. Congratulations. Are you gonna get Pokemon X or Y? I'm getting X. I got both. So, uh, 725. Tommy G. Congratulations, man. Glad everything went off with a hit. Thank you very much. 503 Freak One. Hey Andrew, do you check your personal messages on YouTube? No, I don't. I know it's horrible, but I'm lazy. I never do. Crew. Christina Sanchez, I believe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Congratulations, take it easy, and good luck. Thank you very much. Radio Clash 81. I haven't collected a single issue of comics since the 90s, and I just recently got back into picking up several of the New 52 Batman trades. I really like the fresh start DC made with the New 52, and I was wondering your thoughts on if Marvel should do something similar. When I look at Marvel on the stands now, it just seems convoluted mess of titles. I think an across the board relaunch would be the way for Marvel to go right now. I would agree with you to a degree. For me, would that be good? Yes. I always like the concept of cleaning things up and making it nice and neat. And I do believe that Marvel is harder to get into DC, especially now, because it is so much. But the thing is the reason why I would want Marvel to do a relaunch is everyone just feels so old. Everything just feels so old. Um, in that it's like everything feels worn out and it's been done. And it's like so much shit has happened to the universe. It's like how much more shit can happen to this universe. So I would love a relaunch across the board. Will that happen? No, because Marvel's stick is that they don't reboot. They do soft revamps here and there, but they and soft retcons, but they don't reboot. That's their thing. DC does reboots. That's plain flat and simple. DC rebooted back in the 1959 with the Silver Age, where the majority of their titles, with the exception of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, were rebooted. Plain flat and simple. They didn't start back to #1, but it was the reboot. And then in 1985, 20 so years later, 20 plus, it got rebooted again on Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then is 20 plus years later, we now have the New 52, which again, they aren't complete reboots, but they're across the board relaunches, sort of. I mean, there are reboots, but they're not complete reboots. A lot of the history stay intact. In theory, Batman's history from the very beginning is still intact because it's never been completely whitewashed reboot. A lot of things have changed, but yeah. Um, M Cisco 9. Congrats, man. Let us know when the baby's next. LOL. Hey. Don't let my wife hear that. We're gonna wait on that, okay? And that is it. So those are the comments, questions, and answers for the week. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to be putting up more videos, and you're probably gonna be like, "Hey, Andrew, you say that all the time," but literally, like, we're finishing up moving in. Once we finish up moving in, then I'll have more time to just sit here and be like, "Let's do a top 10 list of favorite Marvel characters, or top 10 favorite Batman moments of all time, or top 10 favorite video game weapons or stuff." I don't know. Yeah, okay. So, anyways, here's my question for the week. How about we do a question for the week? What top 10 video would you like me to do? How about that? Hmm? And then if one of them stands out to me, one of them like pops, I'll go for it. That said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.